Yes. Oh man, we back at it again. Finally back at it again. Took a nice little break, man, because certain things, in my personal life gotta, correct it, But please, before we even jump in it, please, like, share, and subscribe. Please. Like, share, and subscribe before I even jump into this video because this is a banger right here because I feel like a lot of older men, you know, they hide behind their money. So okay, watch this. We just gonna jump straight into it because it irks my nerves, that older guys, try to compete with younger guys. And then and then in the process of competing, they try to downplay us because they know that we are actually that woman's actual choice. See, hold on, I'm about to go a little deep. Hold on. I'm getting sick and tired of older guys. And this video is really from the heart. Seriously. It's a lot of older guys out there, man. Seriously, man. That are just straight up simps. They know the woman don't want to be with them. They know the woman don't like them. They know the woman don't vouch for them at no capacity. You know, why do older men love women that don't vouch for them? That's one thing I'm starting to, as I grow and as I get older, that's one thing I'm starting to learn. Older men are in love with the woman they either couldn't get when they were young or they're in love with the idea of having a woman that is naturally not theirs, but she does things to make them feel secure due to money. So we're gonna jump into it. We ain't gonna hold you too long. You know, one of the worst things you can do in life, and this is real talk. One of the worst things you can do in life, listen, one of the worst things you can do in life is lie to yourself. Always remember that. Teach your kids that. Teach your coworkers that. Teach even your parents that. One of the worst things you can do is lie to yourself. Because, see, when you lie to other people, it could always be for arguably a good reason, depending on the person, the relationship, whatever the case may have you. Every situation is different, whatever. The point is, though, it's so understandable, like when you do it from a I'm saving myself perspective. But when you lie to yourself, for someone else's gratification, that says a lot about you. You know, and that's how I feel about with older men. They lie to themselves to convince themselves that they're in a race that they're not actually in. See, older men, we have to be realistic. The guys that are out there prime, you can't blame men that are in their prime for things you messed up in your prime. Church. That's what we having today. We having church today. Because I'm about to roll up and we about to go a little deep. Older men cannot blame men that are in their prime for things they messed up in their prime. And this video is going to mean a lot because, we have a lot of guys out here, that have gotten a little bit of money, straighten their lives up a little bit. And they are emotionally done. It's so many men that are emotionally, and for me, I feel like a man's emotions only really kicks in when he gets married. When he's really, dwelled into his family, he's really committed to his family. Besides that, men, in my opinion, shouldn't even have emotions. And even then, it should even be, watched over critically. Men should just Men shouldn't just be out there expressing themselves emotionally at all, ever. I don't care what the excuse is, but the point is, I heard this older man talking today, and he was just going over the fact that he felt that women's problems are really because of older women and younger men. And I had a big problem with that because not the fact that I'm a younger man, but the fact that it's a lot of things that happen and go on before even a younger man even gets on the planet. You understand? And this is the point I'm getting to. This is why old men or older men have to be stopped. Because they're gonna lie to the community, they're gonna lie to themselves just to be in the game they ain't even supposed to be in. Can I preach to you for a second? Now, you know, please like, share, and subscribe. You know, one of the worst things I'm starting to realize in life, is someone that likes to be in the now. Because you have some people that are just honestly, they honestly just don't know. I know you run into those people sometimes where you're talking to them and you're just like, damn, he honestly just don't know. Or he honestly, you know, don't understand what's going on. You know? Because sometimes you bump into individuals like that where you're just like, damn, I feel bad for him. Like, I don't know if he, you know, truly even knows, you know, certain things that's even going on in his life. Wawa's new cheeseburger salad. Like, that's how disconnected you can meet some individuals sometimes. You be like, do you even know, like, what your child is doing? Like, you literally start asking them, like, basic questions because you see they're so combobulated. Like, that's the kind of individual I'm talking about. And, hold on one second. I'm trying to get something right here. So, you know, it's just something that, you know, we got to grab a hold on to. And we got to be more serious and critical with these things, Older black men and men of that, uh, you know, because I want to make this conversation just an older man's conversation. I'm really trying to stray so far away from just saying the older black man, even though the older black man has done a lot of damage. But we're not going to speak on him. I'll save a video for you. Because see, the older black men, you have done so much damage. We need a video just for you. You can't be no side conversation. You got to be the video. That's how much damage and destruction you have put and applied to your community. Older black men put themselves on a pedestal because you got a dollar. You know, when I think about other cultures, I never really, excuse me, I never even really hear other cultures, especially older men, talk about dating or even talk about their dating life. That's very rare. Think about it. Unless they're asked, they just don't walk around talking about it. This conversation has to be had because we live in a time where you know there's so much simping going around. You know, I don't even think we know the difference at this point. Seriously, I don't even think we know the difference. I don't. Gotta relax. I'm gonna let some people come in here before I really start heating up. I'm gonna let some people come in before I start heating up. Cause I'm about to go off. Cause these older men, you gotta stop it, man. You really gotta stop it. And women, you gotta stop being so weak towards a man's money. I see so many young girls, they're so weak to men's money. I've seen so many women literally dump a good man or leave a good situation just to be with a trick, knowing they wasn't gonna be with him, knowing that that man would never look at you the same. Cause trust and believe, if you ever run off with a trick or a man even find out you with a trick, a man will never look at you the same. Not a real man. Trust and believe, if a man stay with you, he's trying to gain something from your pockets. He ain't really worried about you and the honesty that you're actually giving him and the love, and he's not worried about that at that point. He's milking the cow. And I hate the women that lie to themselves. I hate the women that lie to themselves. Because we live in a world where you can pretty much have what you want. To sit there and lie to yourself, it's kind of just a waste of your time. I'm gonna keep it a lot. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's pretty much a waste of your time. I had to make this video today because we gotta be more critical with the decisions that we make. You know, we have to be. We have to be way more critical of the decisions that we make. And I'm saying this is because it means a lot that, older men run around blaming younger men for their failures. We live in a real, real dangerous time, man. It's only getting more dangerous. It really is. I just want honesty to come back. I feel like, honesty is so far gone at this point because everybody has a illusion of option. Everybody has options. So, someone can just lie to themselves for 50, 60, 70 years, personally. Their whole life could be a fucking lie because of illusion and option. But the funny thing is that, beautiful people and with beautiful spirits like myself, we always bring that demon or that just ugly part of life, to reality. Because a lot of people mask it up. Well, most people, in my opinion, they mask it up, and become someone, different, just to be someone they're not. They mask up themselves just to be someone different that they're actually not. Wow. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. I'm about to jump right into this, man. But yesterday, I heard this other guy, this older guy, talking about, ooh, just basically, the failures of a young black woman. Who's to blame? When you look at the failures of the average young black woman, right? If she has any failures at all, her failures would be older black women and older black men. Younger black men. And that's what the guy was describing in the video. And for me, I just totally felt like it was just so misleading because there's so many other things that are the source or the problem. You understand? So for you to say that it's someone's mother or grandmother, then on top of that, for you to say it's first of all, one thing I didn't get when you kept on raving, when this man kept on raving about the younger guys being a problem. Why I kind of really felt some kind of ways because young guys don't have enough problem. Enough power to be the problem. Can you let that sit in? If you're talking about guys 21 and younger, or 25 and younger, that's young. I wouldn't necessarily say 30 and younger, but I would easily say 25 or 21 and younger. We're gonna blame those guys for the unsuccessful lives young girls had? Are you serious? They only been here fucking 20 years. They've been here basically 20 years, and you gonna just put all the blame on them? What about you? What have you been doing? If a boy is 21 or 25 and you're 40 or 45, what the fuck have you been doing? And this is why this conversation is so important because when he said that, it felt like he was speaking out of anger. It wasn't real. Because logically, it just doesn't make sense. Come on. To sit here and say that a 25-year-old boy or a 25-year-old woman is responsible for reality? Come on. That right there was just, and you know what's the funny part? My channel continues to grow, and I was looking at this person's page, and one thing I did realize was that he was growing for a tiny second, and then he miraculously just stopped. It's at a halt. It's like nobody. It's like pretty much the people that love him and personally deal with him. Those are the ones he's not getting no more new subscribers. But my point is by mentioning this is that this is why, hey, on the channel, I'm gonna stick to the real. I'm gonna stick to the pure, the honest, the certain. Because when you're playing that game, it will catch up to you. So this is why this conversation is very important. We have to fully accept the fact that older people in general are the blame for anything that you see on this planet that you think has been wrong 10, 20, maybe 30, 40 years, whatever, however long, whoever it is, wherever it's at. 9 times out of 10, it's an older person to blame. Young people just got here yesterday, please. 20 years, 15 years, please. Are you serious? I wouldn't even put someone 21 in the equation. Are you serious? You're gonna put somebody 21? He just learned how to wipe his ass. Literally, he's just pretty much learning life. And you're telling him he's responsible for life? Are you fucking... You're really pathetic by saying that. Now that I think about it logically, like me, I don't like to get real emotional and hyped about things. But when he said it, I wanted to just reach through YouTube and just, because I felt like you got to be realistic. No matter how you feel about something, no matter if you think someone's beating you at something or whatever the case may be, you got to be realistic. For you to ever feel like it's a young person's responsibility to teach another young person how to live life means you never lived life. There's no young person that could teach me shit. They could advise me, they could assist me, but an older person is teacher. They're mentor. They're a guider. And these are things you must know in life. Because you'll think someone 3 years younger than you or someone 2 years older than you is so responsible. They probably know as much as you or probably less. Who's to say they're so superior? That's just a thought you concluded. No one's to say anyone, if I'm 30 years old, no one's to say that any man 32 or even 28 are so highly you know, highly intelligent. Who's to say that? I could come to that, conclusion. Doesn't make it right. So the point I'm, spewing, by saying that is that we gotta fully understand that, we are fully in control. From a Delta child, 9 times out of 10, no matter the situation we're in, we're fully in control. So for me knowing that, I'm in control, it's something to understand. I'm not gonna go on too long, I'm gonna try to cut it around 30 minutes, but this is a conversation that, we must have as men. And we have to check these older men. Fathers, uncles, co-workers. Older men have ruined younger women. And I even mean for even marriage. I remember growing up in New York, an OG told me before, yeah, you see all the bad females, all the pretty ones that's like, 14, 15, and 16, even 17. 9 times out of 10, like the real elite ones, the bad ones, they done been ran through by the top gangsters and the top drug dealers. And I found that to be, you know, very strange, being 15 years old and being told that. Because in my mind, I'm sitting there like, wow, um, a girl that's 15 and I'm 15, why wouldn't she just want me naturally? I've always found that to be a problem. I've always found that no matter what neighborhood you go to, a lot of girls in middle school or even high school. Well, no, let me not even go. My fault. So sorry about that. But a lot of women in middle school, I mean in high school. Sorry about that again. A lot of women in high school, you know, I want to say 14 through 17 easily have dealt with the top drug dealers, the top um, gangsters, the top, scammers. They didn't dealt with them. And the average guy in high school, their classmate, they don't have a you think they got a chance? And that's real talk. They don't have nowhere near a chance. So, the point of this video is for us to analyze that older men are the problem of everything that's going on with black women. Older black men are the problem. We could even go as far as to even talk slave talk, but we don't want to go that far because you black men should have died. It shouldn't have been no black men alive. For women to get put into slavery, it shouldn't have never been no black men alive, and I always said that from day one. But we don't want to have that conversation because then the responsibility holds on to the black man, and you know, in my opinion, a lot of black men, when it comes to the responsibility and dealing with the white man, a lot of black men stray from that. But we're not gonna get that deep. We only gonna talk about what y'all black men have done to our community, per se. We're not gonna go deep onto the ignorance of you and other cultures. We ain't gonna no, no, we ain't gonna go that deep. But please like, share, and subscribe, man. This is an excellent presentation, man, because older black men have done a lot of damage to black communities worldwide, no matter where we go. So, and I'm so mad I don't have other people on here to, reference and bring up other stories. Because for me, per se, um, I grew up around a lot of good older black men for some strange reason. Even though when I ventured out and I learned life and I seen life for what it was just totally different than what I grew up around. But for the most part, I mean, not the bulk of life. I think certain things was a little different, but you know, please like, share, and subscribe, man. This is a very deep conversation because I love my black people. And I want to really start this conversation off by saying that like I really truly love black men and black women. But we must be accountable for every move that we make. I got a brother named a matter of fact I'm not even gonna say his name. But one thing I always tell him is that because I feel like he jumps around like a rabbit in terms of how he lives, how he moves and just how he deal with people. He just kind of jumps from jumps and moves and moves. Pretty much can't stay still in a sense, basically. I always tell him that before you move, or before you make a move, you should always be strategic. Like make sure the move benefits you. Make sure the move is for you. Make sure you're making a worthy move. Because I think we're in a time of options and illusions where we just think, oh, if I make a move, it's a move. I can make a move. I have the option to make a move. I can move. And people get so caught up into I can move that they don't realize they're moving the wrong way. It's almost like I'll give you a great example. It's almost like having the option of so many colleges. When you're about to be a freshman in college. You get out of high school and you just looking at all the options you could do for college. You're just like, okay, I can do this, like Georgetown, USC, that. And you're just like, I have so many options. I can do anything. That's how people feel naturally in life when they're moving with their body. When they actually in life, living life. That's how they feel natural. I can just do anything. And that becomes a problem. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with older black men and, simping and all the destructions of our neighborhood. I've just seen so many older black men become so destructful to their neighborhood. Seriously. Please like, share, and subscribe, man. You know, this was a well needed conversation. And a conversation that we got to stop running from. I think we run from this conversation so much because we kind of look to the black man for assistance, for help, in a sense. And to know that he's not like available the way we need him, you know, sometimes we can kind of feel bad for him. People feel bad sometimes for black men not being in power or not having power. And I came across that a few times where women had a little sympathy for me, or even men had a little sympathy for me because they knew the white man pretty much had his foot on my neck, in a sense. Like, share, and subscribe. And with that being said, we have to know who's the enemy when it comes to black women. Black men are not the enemy, it's older black men. And with that, I'm signing off. The Cash App is Love Alien Blood. The Cash App is Love Alien Blood. Like, share, and please subscribe. Please, I need these likes and I need these views to go up. I need my subscribers to go up. Please look out for the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all. And please tell your uncle, tell your grandfather, tell your father, tell your barber, tell your neighbor. Be more conscious as a man because your responsibility to your community is probably most important. The black man's responsibility to his community is highly important. So please like, share, and subscribe. And please share this video with someone that really needs it because older black men, we must do better. Enjoy.